All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. Got a very special guest on the show, music artist Dumb Jones. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
You doing all right? So first off, tell the people where you from.
I'm from Oakland, California.
Okay. And for anybody that never been to Oakland, California, just tell people how it was growing up there, some of the obstacles you had to overcome.
Well, I actually moved around a lot during my childhood. So first 7 years of my life were in Oakland. Then we lived in Colorado Springs for 7 years, and then we moved back to the Bay Area when I was around 13 years old. So growing up, there was a lot of moving around. I would say that the Bay in general is full of arts and culture. I'm a product of arts education programs and just being around the culture of spoken word, R&B, hip hop in the Bay Area, and being exposed to a lot of that growing up.
Okay. Did you have a two-parent household? Any siblings?
I have four older sisters, so lots of siblings. And I had a two-parent household for part of my life. Not all of my childhood, but some of it.
Okay. So what type of activities were you into as a kid? Did you play any sports or anything like that?
I was a complete nerd as a child. I loved reading.
Who is this Precision Productions?
Precision Productions is my producer, Casey. If he may be joining as well.
Hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
How are you?
How you doing? All right.
I'm good.
Yeah. So we had already started. She was answering a question.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm here. I'm juggling daddy mode, so I'm just popping in and hoping that it stays quiet here, as quiet as it could be.
All right. So what activities you say you was into as a kid?
Oh, I was just saying that I was a big nerd as a kid. I loved going to the library and I loved reading. Challenged myself to read multiple books a week. As far as sports, not really. I loved swimming as a kid and I wanted to be a synchronized swimmer, like an Olympic synchronized swimmer. So, my mom would take me to get swim lessons and challenge me to be upside down in the water for long periods of time. But once that water went up my nose a few times, that faded.
Okay. So as far as you got older in your teenage years, did you have anybody in your family or close family friends that was involved in the music business, or were you the first one to go down that path?
Well, what I would say is I grew up in church and I started writing songs when I was 9 years old, and my childhood pastor allowed me to perform the gospel songs that I was writing in church. So that was kind of my first exposure to performing. My older sister, Delina, briefly had a record deal with a girl group when she was a teenager. And she also was a part of the Colorado Mass Choir and recorded um, albums with that group in the 90s. So she had a little exposure to the music business, but nothing that I could really follow behind. So I'm the first one to pursue it like as a true career for a long period of time in my family.
Okay. So from my understanding, um, um, dang, slipped my mind. Uh, well, so when was your first time going to a recording studio?
My one of my family members built a home recording studio, and that was my first experience with like recording myself. They built a studio in one of my older sister's apartments, and it was just kind of, when you have a home setup, it was pretty basic. And that was my experience. But like I said, being in the Bay and being in Oakland, I was around a lot of other teenagers who were aspiring to be in the music industry and in after school programs. There was a program called Bump Records out of West Oakland, and I was a part of being friends with a lot of people who were in that program, and that was my first opportunity to go to a professional music studio. So I would say I was around 18 or 19.
Okay. And for anybody that don't know, what genres of music do you do?
As an artist, I mostly focus on R&B, soul, and hip hop. As a songwriter, I write every genre under the sun except maybe like heavy metal.
Okay. So so as far as take me back to the time when you released music to the public for the first time. How was people embracing you when people started to see that you was taking it serious?
Yeah, the first time I released music to the public, I would say was around 2013. This is in the SoundCloud era.
Mhm.
So, um, I worked with the producer from West Oakland at that time, and neither one of us really knew what we were doing, but we knew like SoundCloud was popping. This is like post MySpace era because we had put little things out on MySpace as well. Um, but the first official release we released on SoundCloud, and to this day, people will still come up to me and say that's their favorite song that I've ever released, and I've been releasing music for a long time. So I really appreciated the embrace of that first song that I put out.
Okay. So are you currently independent right now?
I am independent.
Okay. So are you looking to eventually get to a major, or you like your current situation right now?
I like being independent. I think that there are artists for whom a major label record deal makes sense. For me, I think my trajectory, it makes more sense to build the systems that exist within the major label system, but without actually signing a major label contract.
Okay. So as far as have you done any shows recently?
No, we've just actually been creating for the past year. Kasey and I have made over 100 songs together, so it's just been really in writing and recording mode, and also like obviously getting ready to release music. And I'm reaching out to venues and talking to venues now, so performances will be coming in 2026 for sure.
Okay. So as far as the music scene, so would you say you was in Oakland most of the time as far as like the music scene?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started out, for sure, I was performing in Oakland a lot. The whole Bay Area, really, Oakland, Berkeley, Vallejo, Sacramento, San Francisco, all around Northern California, I was performing. I'm based in Los Angeles now, so that's where folks can find me, when performances ramp up again.
Okay. So describe the music scene for all the areas you've been in, Oakland and other different areas, like music scene when you first started versus how it is now.
The music scene when I first started was very like community based. You could really start to build an audience once people started to know your name. And especially in Oakland, a lot of times the artists are the ones who are also throwing the shows. So your peers might be the ones facilitating the show. In fact, in my early 20s, I had a series that I produced of performances at La Peña Cultural Center in Berklee, California. So I was the one booking artists, but I was also performing in other shows. So it's really community based in the Bay Area, and that's kind of how you get on to the cycle of performing. The scene is there's so much talent in the Bay Area, and I would love to still be there if there were more industry, but there is not a lot of music industry there. There's a lot of performances and opportunity to like cut your teeth and build your audience. But then when you want to move to the next level, it's a little bit more challenging.
Okay. So, as far as your goals, what are your short and long term goals? What do you want to accomplish?
Short and long term goals. I mean, right now, the short term goal is to continue pushing our first single, 7 Cents. And we have some other singles coming out in February and March, a full EP coming in May of next year. And then just continue to progress the music, build our social media presence, build awareness around myself as an artist. As far as long term goals are concerned, I really want to be a legend. Behind me, I have my legends on the wall: Aretha, Nina, Marvin, James Brown, Stevie Wonder's higher up on the wall. But I want to sit among the greats as an artist and a songwriter. So that's my long term goal.
Okay. So 2025 almost over. Like 2026 is in 2 weeks. So I know you say you want to start performing in 2026. So what's some more stuff that you want to get done as the new year approaches?
Well, just continuing to plan for the new year, taking meetings with venues, things like that. All of the things that a lot of artists think are boring and they want to hire a team to do. Hopefully I'll hire a larger team at some point, but at this point I'm taking care of all that business myself. I have a degree in music business. So a lot of times I'm doing the logistical part myself. So continuing to map out our release plans for next year, continuing to just make connections through the end of the year. The work doesn't really stop, especially in the music business.
All right, take me through some of these accomplishments that you have for the International Songwriting Competition, Songs for Social Change Competition, and also the National Museum of Art. Like, just take me through how those experiences was and how it was afterwards, knowing that you won and the things that came with that.
Yeah, the International Songwriting Competition was 2014, 2015, I believe. And it just was something I saw online. And I had just released my first album, Wingspan, and we had put that out. So I said, let me enter one of the songs from that into this competition. To me, it was just like trying something out. I always want to put myself out there and try. I had really no expectations, and then when I won the R&B hip hop category, it was very exciting, and it was on the heels of me leaving the Bay Area to move to Boston to attend Berklee College of Music. So it was almost like affirming my choice to leave the Bay to go to music school and get my degree. Um, the prize was great. It was a physical Ableton push, so it was something I could take to school with me to continue learning music in a more technical way. As far as Songs for Social Change, that was a songwriting competition at Berklee. So I was competing against my peers in college to see who could write the best song. And I entered that competition all 4 years. I placed higher each and every year. And now that just was something to challenge myself. These are the best musicians in the world go to Berklee College of Music, so I'm competing against the best songwriters in the collegiate level. So that was a great experience to just kind of put myself on the map as someone who can write songs well, but also write songs with meaning that have like a social meaning to the world about the challenges that we all may face politically, economically, or socially. And then what was the can you
And
repeat the last one?
the National Art Museum.
Yeah, the National Art Museum was, I was commissioned to compose a song in partnership with Mercy Beyond Borders for the Canales project. It was a project for women composers and it premiered at the National Museum of Art. That was very exciting because the premiere at the National Museum of Art happened the day after I graduated from Berklee. So my family came to Boston to see me graduate college, and then we drove to Washington, D.C. from Boston for the premiere the next day. So again, it was just like an affirmation of like, now you've done this grand accomplishment of finishing college, and here's your music premiering in the National Museum of Art. So it was very exciting and a great way to like launch myself out into the world after I graduated college.
Okay. So, do you have any projects dropping soon?
Yeah, so we have a single coming in February called The Blacker Berry. Very excited about that. Another single dropping in March. And then our EP 2.0 will drop in May of 2026. So very exciting. As far as songwriting is concerned, you never know where my songs may end up. So you just got to stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. As far as the single coming in February, is that an R&B single?
It is a mix of R&B and hip hop. So I love to pop out and give a rap verse every now and then just to do that flex.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I do music too, so I'll be playing around with different genres and stuff too.
Okay, what kind of music do you make?
Hip hop, Christian rap and the gospel.
Oh wow. And we can hear that on the streaming platforms.
Yep. I got a couple major features.
Oh, that's cool. And is it under Eric J. the Great? Is that your stage name?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. I'll check you out.
Yeah, appreciate it. As far as your EP, is that gonna be a mixture of hip hop and R&B too?
It's really just a glimpse of the hip hop stuff. It focuses more on R&B. Um, and like I said, I like to pop out and flex every now and then. More hip hop to come in future projects, but we're going to keep the focus to R&B for now. And I'll let Casey speak to the sound more too, since he produced it.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Casey? Tell people
I'm
where you're
cool.
from.
I am from Trinidad originally in Los Angeles now.
Okay. And
Yes, sir.
how was it for you growing up and coming from a place like that?
Um, I I came up in soca and Caribbean music, so very different to what I'm doing now. Even though I think now it helps fuel all the things I do now and give me a different perspective. But yeah, I came up in Caribbean music, moved here about 11 years ago, started doing the transition to mainstream music. Kind of landed more in soul R&B, a lot of soul R&B, but I'll do hip hop, pop, K-pop every now and again. And yeah,
Okay. So, did you have a two-parent household? Any siblings growing up?
yeah, two-parent household. I have a younger brother, two sisters, younger brother, younger sister, older sister.
So where did the music start for you? Like as
My
far as
my my dad was in music. My dad, well, he's still in music. He produces a little bit now. He kind of moved on to like running a radio station, but he was a well-known guitarist, arranger, composer, and I came up in that. So I looked on from small, crawling into the studio and just, sponned everything and absorbed everything. And I did my first song at 10 and been going since then.
so you always been strictly a producer. You never try to be an artist.
No, not really. No, I stay behind the scenes. I produce and mix and master. Maybe little demos and ideas here and there, but not trying to be an artist. That's not for me.
Okay.
Hmm.
So your dad being in the industry and you being around that as a kid, what's something that caught you off guard that you probably didn't necessarily notice, but when your dad was on his run, but when you got older, that you noticed that didn't come with, being in the music industry?
Whew, what caught me off guard? I guess when I got in, I was I was very innocent and naive to everything. So I was just doing it for fun. Coming home from school, messing with equipment, making these weirdo concoction beats that I didn't know what genre it was. And I think I had an experience later on where I think my mom and dad met in the bank and they tried to keep us a little financially literate to some degree. So my mom was like, you should go get a little small loan with the bank just to build a rep with them, build some credit. We don't have credit in Trinidad, so it's more like your history, your payment history. So go build some payment history, even though you don't need it. Go do that. And at that point, when I went in, um, the loan officer told me no. If they were like, no, you have $14 in your account. We don't have any history of you passing any money through here. And at that time, I probably had a session the night before or 2 nights before with the biggest soca artist in the game in Trinidad. So I was confused. I was like, what do you mean? I'm working with the top guys. You mean you can't give me $5,000? And they're like, no, we can't do it. And I think that was a big shock for me. And it kind of made me realize that I need to take this a little more seriously on the financial branding structure front. So that kind of started me going down the road of getting my ducks in a row, branding, registering a company, doing things the proper way, which I didn't learn coming up, just having fun in music.
Okay. So
Yeah.
being on the producer side of things, how was people embracing you when your name started floating around, when people started seeing that you was taking it serious and you was producing a lot of different artists?
It was, um, I think it was cool. It was a natural progression. I mean, I had little funny instances of my dad, we call it palming off clients to me because he didn't want to work with them or he was tired. They would walk in the studio and be like, where's your dad? And I'm like, nah, he went to sleep. He's like, okay, so who running the session? Me. You know what you're doing? Yeah. Because at that point, I was probably like 14 or 15 or something. So they're like, okay. But by the end of that session, they were my clients for life. So slowly and surely, I had to convince and prove myself and win over clients. And yeah, I think it was a natural progression when I started to drop music. Um, yeah, it was smooth. I don't think I had any resistance to that extent.
Okay. So,
Hmm.
what do you have coming up for 2026?
But we're working on the EP for sure. We getting that done. Um, Top of the year, I have some more mixing stuff to do, mixing the EP as well. Doing more pictures, more sync pictures as well. Just staying busy. I have a few workshops I teach as well. I teach music and production and music business around the Caribbean. So I have a few more installments coming in 26 that we still ironing out. Might be Antigua again, possibly another island. So yeah, just kind of expanding on that education front now.
He's being humble. He just had a song come out with Diplo. Like,
Oh yeah, I just had a
so
Major Lazer
come
remix come on.
on.
Sorry, my bad. Just had a Major Lazer remix come out Monday. Yeah, Monday. So that's kind of kicking up some steam in Trinidad. Trinidad Carnival is February coming. So I'm not as heavily involved in Carnival home, but every now and again I'll do a little one, two little offering for Trinidad. So that's been gaining some traction. So we hoping to see that do big things and doing more with Major Lazer actually.
Okay. So as far as producing goes, do you have anything else big like big artist you've been working with?
I had I had three placements on Akila's album in Canada. I did How We Roll with Ciara and Chris Brown and did 6 or 7 on her album. So, and that was about 3 years ago. Akila was last year, year before. Just did a K-pop release. We had the single for Hypen a year ago. So that was some of the big placements and kind of continuing on that trajectory. to hope to land some more.
Okay. And how people can find you on social media and stuff, things like that. You got a YouTube channel, all that good stuff.
Yeah. All the social media, Precision Productions, Precision Prod on Instagram, Precision Productions on Twitter, Facebook. Oh yeah, all the platforms.
And
Spotify as well.
um man, shoot. Hey, Dom, what's your social media platforms?
Yeah, so folks can find me on my main website at iamdomjones.com, and then my handle on all the social sites is at iamdomjones. So very easy to find. And I'm on Instagram, mostly Instagram, TikTok, um, Facebook as well.
Okay. And question for both of you. How do you
Mm-hmm.
guys want people to perceive you?
Let's see. I don't know how
um,
to answer that. In what way? Musically?
Just in general as a person.
oh, I always just want people to feel good when my name is spoken in a room, like that they know that I can be trusted, that I'm honest. As far as music is concerned, I hope you love it. I hope you want to tell every
Mm-hmm.
single person that you ever come into contact with. I hope you listen to it, your mama listens to it, your grandma listens to it, your uncle listens to it. I hope everybody in your family or in your world listens to it because word of mouth is still the best
Mm-hmm.
form of marketing.
You're right about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think musically, I want to believe, and I believe that we kind of pushing the rules, doing what we think is cool, doing what we think it should sound like, not trying to follow any specific guidelines. So we're trying to innovate, do something fresh, still keep our swag and our sauce, and hope that everybody loves it as well.
Okay. All right. This is a question for both of y'all. Y'all can choose which one you go first. I always ask
Uh-oh.
all my guests this. Dom, how Mount Rushmore. Give me a top four artists. Any genre, dead or alive. Uh, you could do one for artists and then one for songwriters, and then uh Kasey, you could do just producers.
Top four?
Yep.
Okay,
Dead,
go
dead,
ahead,
dead,
Dom.
dead,
Let me
dead or alive.
Oh God. Okay. Oh man, this is so hard.
top
Okay.
four.
Top four. I'm gonna do songwriters first so I can get that out of the way. Top four songwriters, Mount Rushmore is going to be Stevie Wonder. It's going to be Babyface. It's going to be Diane Warren, and I must say Missy Elliott for number four. Now, Mount Rushmore for artists, it's going to be Nina. She's right here behind me. Nina Simone.
Okay.
It's going to be Miss Lauryn Hill. And I don't care what anybody says. Miss Lauryn Hill. I don't care what anybody says about her. It's going to be. I'm gonna put him on the Mount Rushmore, even though his career is not over yet. But it's going to be Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for my final one, I'm going to put a gospel artist because that's where I started out. And I'm gonna put the Clark sisters as a collective up there.
Okay. And what about you, Kasey?
Um, hmm. This might be a very bipolar list, but um, I will say, whew, see, I might lean a little more modern, and then some people will be like, "Bro, what are you doing?" But I'll say Timbaland. I will throw in Skrillex there. Um, and where do I go? Where do I go? Timbaland, Skrillex. Um, let's see. I want to say Ryan Leslie. I'm a Ryan Leslie fan.
Yeah, fire.
Last one. It's a controversial name, you know. But I will say Kanye.
Okay. Yeah, I like
Hey,
yeah,
he
I
has
like
great
both of
music.
them.
I can't deny that.
Yeah. Think another controversial one I throw out there too,
Oh,
as a artist and songwriter, even though he's not in the best light right now, is R. Kelly.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
Okay, no comment.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, I like asking all those questions, Mount Rushmore questions, because everybody list be different. So I be trying to
for
see where
sure.
people headspace be at, because some people be real junkies, when it comes to music. Sometimes some people bring up names I never heard before, so I just be curious to see what people say.
Yeah, honorable mention for sure. I just thought about this. D'Angelo, honorable mention for sure, because he was a
Hmm.
huge influence on my sound.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But do any one of y'all have anything else that y'all want to put out to the public that y'all got coming up here soon?
I think just the EP, stay tuned to the EP, for the EP, but check out Seven Sense for sure. That's kind of a little precursor to the rest of the project. Um, yeah, we have some cool and exciting things in store.
Yeah, the EP is called 2.0. It's a reintroduction of me to as an artist to the audience. So it's very exciting. Follow on socials for all the visuals, which are cool too. And thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us about
Yes, sir.
work.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I started well, I've been doing a podcast for 5 years now, but the music I just started like over a year ago. And I got a lot of industry features, and it's kind of like a hidden talent, me being able to write music, because I wrote books, but I never tried to write in the music form, so that's just something that just came easy to me. I just tried it, and it just come easy to me. So people told me
Okay.
to keep doing it. So
Well, congrats on 5 years of the podcast. That's exciting.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I got my first big interview in August of 2022 when I interviewed Derez Deshawn and Shawty Low Jr. the same month. And then after that, I just kept getting big guests after that. I had got a little flip a
Nice.
couple months later, and I had got a Pimpin' Ken, and a Real Rick Ross, uh, Cash Doll, T-Rail,
Oh, wow.
uh, Chaotic off Love and Hip Hop, Free Band Test, that's like Future's right hand man. He's on Free Band Game. A lot of people, E Blue, it's a lot of people on interview, but
Nice.
Well, much success to you and with the music as well. I'm definitely gonna check out the music too. And thank you again for having us.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Everybody tap in with, I am Dumb Jones and, Casey Precision Productions. Everybody go follow their social media. And
Yes,
be
sir.
on the lookout for all the projects they got coming out here in the next 60 to 90 days and the rest of 2026. And also um uh well, I always say this when I do interviews, but I keep harping on the message, I have to normalize, tapping into people, that's in the in between market, because people that's already mainstream and things like that, technically they don't, I mean, they need support, but they have a machine behind them. So 9 times they
Hmm.
still gonna do what it's gonna do, whether people tap into them or not. So had to normalize tapping into the people that you can physically see every day, because you're not gonna see Drake in your neighborhood Walmarts or at your neighborhood gas station, anything like that. So
Right.
just normalize tapping to people that's in that tier below, the people that you see on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this concludes another episode of Eric J. the Great Podcast. Anytime y'all want to come on the show, y'all can come on. I don't just do interviews. I actually before I started doing interviews, a lot of my earlier episodes was about real life stuff. That was like episodes that was uh being popular, episodes on talked about police brutality with victims that was victims of police brutality. Episodes I did about, fake friends, child support, ghost followers, anything that I think a person gonna experience at some point in their life. I like to talk about stuff like that just to get different perspectives. And I had different people
Right.
also, people can know that, no matter how successful or unsuccessful a person might be, everybody goes through the same things in life.
That's true. For sure. Well, I'm interested to go back and look at some of those early episodes where you're talking about just life subjects. So I'm definitely going to check out some of those early podcast episodes for sure.
Absolutely. And what's today? Friday. Yeah, I'll drop this on Monday.
Okay, cool.
Okay. No.
Yep. So it'll be at 12 p.m. I'm on Eastern time, so I usually drop it at 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on. On my Instagrams, Eric J the Great, YouTube, all that stuff. I'm on that all the time, and y'all got my email, so I'm always constantly responding to people. And I got a book called From Stuck to Limitless that was made me a best-selling author in 2023. That book resonates with a lot of people.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
So appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all have a good weekend and good holidays.
All
Thanks.
right.
Happy
Same
holidays
to
to you.
you.